Hey crafty friends, welcome to day 4 in our 12 cards of Christmas series, and today we'll create a pop-up slider card. So let's get started. You will need 2 squares measuring 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I would recommend using 2 different colors of papers, and another square measuring 4 3/4 by 3 1/4. First thing we're going to do is create the cut in our square to build the mechanism of the slider. So pick one of the squares that you want to be on top of the card. For me it's the red one. And what you need to do is align the cardstock on the 3 1/2 inch line on the left. The left edge of the card should be aligned on the 3 1/2 mark. And then what you need to do is use your knife and cut the card starting from after you align the card, you start from 3/4 of an inch and you cut all the way down to 4 3/4. And you have on your cutting arm, you have also the measurement, so you can align your knife the right spot and then cut all the way down until 4 3/4, like so. Hold your card so it won't go anywhere, and then you stop at the right place, 4 3/4, and then you turn your card to the other side and align it again the same place, 3 1/2 inch, and again you cut from 3/4 of an inch all the way down to 4 3/4. So you have 2 cuts on each side of your card like this. And then what you need to do is again make another cut. I rather do this with a craft knife and a ruler, but you can do this also on your trimmer. And then you cut from one cut to the other. In between 2 cuts, simply cut it from line to line. And then you'll have this flap that opens up like this. Now you need to bring back your trimmer. I flipped it over so it will be easier for you to see. You align your cardstock on 1 1/4 of an inch and then you score in between the 2 cut lines. Use your bone folder and then simply follow the gutter to score the line that you need. I'm going to change my trimmer because in that previous one there is a wire going above the gutter and that's a little disturbing. Can't score it properly, and this one doesn't have that wire, so I'm going to use this trimmer. And then so we did the first score line, then you align your cardstock on the 3 inch line and again score between the 2 cut lines. Just remove that cutting arm and score. Follow the gutter and score between the 2 cut lines. And then the final score is simply between the edges of those 2 cut lines where they end. You simply score in between them like this. Now we can move the trimmer away, and now we're going to fold, valley fold like this, starting from the cut side, and then mountain fold like this, and the final score line is again a valley fold. So you should have something that looks like this, and this is going to be the part that is moving. Now we are going to put some score tape on that little fold, only there, that little space there between the edge and the first fold line. And then we're going to remove the backing of the score tape and bring the other square, the little square, the smaller one, and align that edge with the edge of our cut piece. So you align it, both edges together, and you also align it with the center of the larger square, like this. And then you just burnish and make sure it's attached properly. And this is going to be the moving part of our card. Now we need to attach the moving part to our other large square. So you put your double-sided tape on both sides of the card, only those sides, not anywhere else. So on one side and then on the other side as well. It's best to use dry glue and not wet glue, so you won't get any glue flowing over to places that you don't want. Now before we attach the other square, I want you to use circle punch. I've used 1-inch circle punch, and punch the top of your card half a circle, and then align both squares together, flip it over so it will be easier for you to see where to punch the other square exactly at the same place. So once they're aligned, simply punch the other one exactly the same place you punched the first one. So both squares will have that half circle punch. Now we are ready to attach them together. Just remove the backing. Sometimes can be a little hard. I always like to use my crafting knife to do that. And then you simply attach them one on top of the other, which can be sometimes a little difficult. Work slowly, make sure they're exactly aligned, and then just attach them like this. And now you can see that it's working. Let's see. That's our slider card. Now we are ready to add some embellishments. So I've punched 3 circles, 2 scallop circle and 1 regular circle, and I'm going to attach them together with some foam tape, one on top of the other. You can do a square, you can do a heart, you can do more than 3 circles. This part is completely up to you. And I also want to add a little something on top of this card, so I'm going to punch a few of these little circles from the paper that I have and just glue them on the frame around the slider, so it will be a little bit more cheerful, just as a decoration. Of course you can use a pattern paper so you won't need to do this part. And if you were wondering, I'm using the St. Nicholas collection by Graphic 45, and I just want to trim those excess parts of the little circles. Okay, and I also want to add something on top of this circle. So I have here December 25 that I'm going to attach with some foam tape too. And now we're ready to put this on our slider. You apply your glue only on the bottom part of your circle, and then attach it to this part that opens up when you pull the slider. It's best to do it when it's folded so you'll see exactly where to put it. And then attach it well. You see there's no glue on the top of the circle because we don't want that to glue when the card is in its closed position. So this is how it looks when it's opened. Wasn't that cool? Isn't that easy to make? I really like this card. I liked how it turned out. It's really a cool card. You can also add a message in that opening there that is revealed when you open the card. Merry Christmas or whatever you want to add, maybe a personal, warm wishes, holiday greetings, whatever you want. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked this video. Remember that we have 12 cards of Christmas. That means we have a card every day. So make sure to tune in, and I'll see you all tomorrow.